we present Vocabulary Matters, a simple yet effective approach to paragraph level question generation. We start with the introduction to the problem, then we
It's
describe
1
some of the
o'clock.
prior art in question generation from paragraph, discuss their limitations, then we talk about challenges in our approach. And then we describe our model architecture briefly and then discuss about results and then conclude the talk. So So in this example, motivating example, to answer this question, who does Admiral Karambir Singh reports to, you require information from the complete paragraph, not just the single sentence. And this is expected, and this is a very practical and real world example and setup, right? Where you want questions to have to utilize information from the complete paragraph rather than just one or two sentences. This has various applications in intelligent tutoring system, machine reading comprehensions, data set generation, quality search result, improving the quality of search results, improved personal assistants like Siri, Cortana, etc. So the so let's discuss some of the prior art in question generation from paragraph. So one interesting work is from Zinnia et al. In ACL 2018, where they take the sentence containing the answer and two preceding sentences and context and train a sequential model with global attention, co-reference resolution, and copy mechanism. They achieved a blue 4 score of around 12.97. However, they also reported in previous paper that around 20% of the question in squad need whole paragraph level context. It means that it is necessary that we should be able to generate questions taking the whole paragraph. Another work is in EMLP 18, which does not which utilize try to utilize complete paragraph as input and use gold answers, and they generate a single questions. Their model is quite complicated with self attention and feature getting mechanism, and the decoder is with copy mechanism, and they get a blue score of around 16.3. The limitation is their model takes quite a lot of time to train. So challenges. The main challenge is in question generation from paragraph is like uh, the model should be able to understand what to ask and how to ask, right? So how much context is important uh, generate a meaningful question, and also seldom we want to copy things from the paragraph to the question, right? So which words to copy is also really important, uh, and can we utilize information from the previous paragraph, right? So for example, from previous paragraph, model copied word A, B, and C. Can we utilize that information while learning to generate question from the next paragraph, right? So our approach is a simple attention-based sequencing model with dynamic paragraph-specific vocabulary. We share the vocabulary across source and target, and we use a reusable copy attention mechanism, which is updated, like which utilizes information from each and every paragraph to update its attention weights. This is the model architecture. We have some additional sigmoids, and sigmoids utilize information from the previous instance or previous example set to the next example set, and based on this, uh, we decide whether we want to utilize information from the current paragraph. Like we have a paragraph level vocab distribution. So what happens is, if you set, like if you have UNK token in the source, then in standard copy mechanism system they just copy UNK to UNK because they learn attention over the UNK token itself. But in our case we have a vocabulary which is paragraph specific. So so it will copy the words which are there in that paragraph instead of copying the UNK tokens. So we learn a separate distribution over the paragraph vocabulary and a separate distribution over the global vocabulary of words. And in our experimental setup, we exactly follow the split from MPGSN, the previous paper, which was state of the art, and we use a shared vocabulary of 50,000 words. And for training, we used SGD with learning rate of 1, and we anneal the learning rate after eighth epoch to every to till the end. After every second epoch, we half the learning rate, and we use a glove embedding with linear dimension. So these are our dataset statistics. We utilize Squad and MS Marco dataset, and so these are some of the questions generated by our model. So so you see that in the second question, how often are elections for the council held? Our model generated how often are the Rada Miasta elected. So Rada Miasta is the like name of the city council of Warsaw. So it utilizes information from the second sentence as well. Not just use it does not utilize information just from a single sentence. It utilizes information from the whole paragraph. We also visualize and show the attention weights over the whole paragraph, and we can see that the answer component is getting the highest attention. So this is another example which is generated from our system. So human generated is like from this is what animals does the Vistula River ecosystem include, and our model generated what types of animals are in Warsaw. So Warsaw information is used from the other sentence. So these are some other examples from generated using with and without copy. So this is our result. Here we can clearly see that our copy mechanism really helps and improves the result from 16.38 to 22.62, and we consistently outperform the previous technique. And this is the result on MS Marco dataset. Here also we see that we get 1% BLUE4 improvement when compared to the previous system. So a good question means good question for us. It means it should be grammatically correct. It should have a proper semantics and relevant. So we did some human evaluation, and here also we saw that it generates 94% syntactically correct questions, whereas 71% of the questions are relevant. So these are the advantages of our model. It gets a decent improvement in BLUE4 score from the previous model, and it is computationally efficient, that it requires less number of parameters to be trained, and it is also biased towards generation of words from the input. So in conclusion, our model not only works for who, when, but also captures deeper context to generate why, what type of questions. Our human evaluation shows that 71% of questions are relevant, and 94% of the questions are syntactically correct, and 82% of the questions are semantically correct. That 27% more relevant questions using copy attention. So after adding reusable copy attention, we get around 27% more relevant questions than the previous. These are some of the references. Thank you. We would like to see you at the conference. Thank you.